So hello friends, I am Arun Tiwari and in this video I am going to talk about brokers. So basically in this video I am going to compare three different brokers for MTF long-term strategy, and then we'll see that which broker will be the best broker to carry out MTF strategy. So let's begin. So friends, in previous video I spoken about why there is a separate Dmat account required, and if you have not watched this video then watch it now and this link. But this video I'm going to compare three different brokers. Why I'm going to compare only three brokers, that will also I will tell you. So let's begin. The first important part, as I told you, for MTF strategy there is two important you can say factors. The first factor, a broker which offer the lowest possible interest rate, and second factor is the stock which gives me better returns, at least more than 12%, 15% on an average. Now, what happens generally? So when we start our journey for MTF long-term investment, as I already explained that MTF, if used with a long-term strategy, it has a capacity to generate very good return, better than trading. First thing, I never believed that the trading can give a good return. Intraday is like a worst case casino, but still that is the people's personal choice. What I'm discussing here is margin trade funding, which is also called pay later facility somewhere. All right. So how to choose the broker? The first important part, the first step is which broker will be better for us. So for that I have shortlisted three brokers, and let me tell you the reason. Because my first criteria to choose a broker is he should be offering me interest rate less than 10%, right? So when setting up this filter itself, lots of big brokers was not coming into this criteria because they are offering 14%, 18% interest rate. Now I don't know why, but in separate video I will tell you why big broker hate MTF, why they don't want to come into MTF platform. I will also explain in some other video, but if I just want to give you a small hint, now I will give a case study on this. See, long back, there was a broker named ICICI Security. The broker is still there, and the ICICI Security was leading stockbroker that time. Then Zerodha came and they introduced first time 20 rupees per order brokerage. Do you think ICICI Securities was not able to do that? They don't have that much strategy. They had, but understand that ICICI Securities was charging that time some percentage of brokerage on total you can say order value. So if they might have shifted from their earlier brokerage rate to compete with Zerodha, immediately they might have lost a lot of brokerage, because that means all the money they were receiving they have to forego and they have to shift on 20 rupees. So always I am telling you, innovation comes from new people, new company. Never a big company brings an innovation. Same problem is with big brokers. They are charging 20 rupees fixed and they are more interested in intraday. They are more interested in F&O because there they get a lot of activity, lot of brokerage. Now in MTF, what happened? We generally buy a stock and we sit on that maybe for 2 years, 3 years. So there is no brokerage for them. Yes, they are getting interest, but they are getting interest when they are paying us money, not for free. But in intraday, in F&O, they are almost getting money for free, because a normal intraday trader also, if I tell you, at least they place 10 orders in a day. Now as an MTF trader, we will be hardly placing 1 or 2 orders per month. So you understand, that's why they don't want to come into this MTF. So yes, but the problem is MTF is growing very fast. But let me explain you the most important part, that what are the three brokers I shortlisted and what is the reason and how you should choose the best broker for you. So first thing, I have chosen only three brokers. That is, first broker is mStock, second broker I have taken Kotak Securities, and third broker is a new company which is called Rupeez. Yeah, Rupeezi. So Rupeezi. It's a Bhopal based broker, and I will also share you one screen if to just explain their charges and all. So let me share with you my screen, and here is the screen. And if you see the screen, there is a most important comparison I have done. There are some changes has been done after I opened my account with mStock. So they have done what is the screw up, like they have increased the interest rate for 0 to 25 lakhs from 9.99% to 15%. So now, if you go to mStock and you are just starting, you have to pay 15% interest rate, and only once your like portfolio will be above 25 lakh, right? The MTF margin will be above 25 lakhs, then only you will get 9.99%. Third category they are offering when you are going above 5 crore or 5 crore above, they will give you 7%. Now my personal target is to go above that, because if I go above 5 crore, 7% is like is the best interest rate, and I think I can make a lot of money. But again, if I'm starting with, they are now charging 15%. So yes, this Excel sheet which you say, it has been prepared earlier. Now I'm making video on that, so there is a change. Now second thing about the only broker which is brand and which is offering an interest rate less than 10% is Kotak Securities. Now there are some more points which I will discuss about that. So as I told you, three brokers have shortlisted: mStock, Kotak and Rupeez. Rupeez is a new company, it's a Bhopal based company, little bit confidence I don't have. Another thing I'm telling you, it may be my conflict of interest, that I already have account with the mStocks. So already I have dealt with maybe 6, 7, 8 months. So I have checked their reports, I have checked their MTF report, everything. Everything's perfectly fine. The best part, so let's first talk about mStock. So they are charging interest rate, as I told you, 15%. If you are less than 25 lakhs, 9.99%, 25 lakhs to 5 crore, and above 5 crore, they are charging what is called 7%. Now, how much trade they are, the MTF fees they are charging? Now, I think they have reduced something 5 rupees. I need to confirm about this. Earlier, they used to charge 20 rupees per order. They are offering almost 700 stocks in this MTF category. So that means you can buy stocks from only this 700 list. The best part about that, there is no time limit. So as long as you're paying interest rate, you can continue investing in this MTF. Another best part I know about them is pre-pledge. So pre-pledge is basically, I will explain in some other video. Pre-pledge is basically when you are going to buy a stock under MTF, you just have to select MTF, and then before you place order, it will take you to CDSL website, and there you have to first pledge the shares and the buy, then only the share could be bought. The good point about this, that you never miss out the pledging part. In most of other brokers, the pledging you have to do letter. But if you forget to pledge the shares, next day your broker will reverse your transaction, right? Like they will cancel the transaction, they will sell the stocks bought under MTF. So many times you will miss out the good stock, good opportunity, which will not happen in mStock because they have this pre-pledge opportunity option, which I use and which is fantastic, work without any problem. So there is like as soon as you place the mStocks, immediately you receive an OTP, you put the OTP and your shares are pledged, then only you go and buy the shares, right? So there are so many other questions you might have, which I will answer later, like what happened if after pledging I could not buy the shares, then pledging will expire simply. So many other things are that which we will keep explaining in my upcoming videos. So this is one thing. Now, the one most important part about the account charges or account fees, which is 219 rupees per quarter. So it is per quarter. There is one package also where you pay 1500 once, and like you don't have to pay account maintenance fees for whole of your life. Pledging charges, they charge only 32 rupees. If suppose you are there is a debit after MTF, still there is a debit. For example, how it can come, let me tell you. So maybe a situation where your shortfall on margin, so they will immediately not square off your position, they will charge you a 24% interest rate. So always you have to look out for that. Whenever market goes down, your shares value goes down, that time you have to bring extra margin from your pocket. If you don't bring, they will charge 24%. So that is one additional good thing, so that immediately they are going to square off next day. So non-cash margin, they are not charging any interest. Non-cash margin means generally when you buy, this is basically applies for future and options, so it is not valid here. DP charges, they are charging 18 rupees. Other charges like STT, GST, these that are mostly normal and fixed. So every broker charges the same amount. There is no difference about it. So I will not be talking about that, like whatever the GST charges, STT charges, stamp duty, all are mostly, or exchange fees, savvy fees. These are all like fixed charges. So every broker generally charges the same amount. So hope till here we are clear about mStock. What is the good point? What is the bad point? I explained you. Let's talk about Kotak. Only thing I will explain, I have not opened any account so far. So I'm thinking that if they are not going to change themselves, mStock, maybe I will be opening another account on name of my spouse with Kotak to see how they are working, how transparent their charges, because it's very important that whenever we are going for MTF for long term, we should have something where we can get you can say a best broker, because we are thinking about long term. If somebody keep changing the interest rate or their charges are not very transparent, then I cannot go for long term. So far I have just compared, but I don't have my actual experience with Kotak Securities. I have my actual experience with mStock, so I explained you already. Now let's talk about Kotak. They are charging slightly less interest rate, 9.75%. And if you consider now, this is the only broker which is charging less than 10% in the market today. Now, this 9.75% they are charging with a package. So there is a kind of account maintenance fees which is 250 rupees per month, so that you have to pay. So if you add that amount, your interest rate will be slightly more, like 9.85% something, if you are investing 10 lakh rupees or less. So yeah, so this is one thing you have to do. Trade fees, they are charging 0.010%. They have 1000 stocks. Time limit, I think they don't have any time limit as mStock. And pledge charges slightly more, 20 rupees plus 20 rupees they are charging for pledging and unpledging, right? Interest on debit charges, they are charging less, 17.89%. And non-cash margin, if you see, they are charging 8.99%. So this is additional interest rate, right? Apart from other charges. DP charges is 0.04%, which will come almost same. So if you consider that Kotak is fitting all the bill, only thing I had to see that whether they are transparent and they are providing what they are showing on their website. So soon I will open a different Dmat account with Kotak and I explain you, update you what is my experience with that. Now this leaves me with last my broker, which is Rupeezi. Now Rupeezi is maybe a good company. First thing, their interest rate is slightly more, 10.95%, which is 11% approximately. MTF charges also, they are charging almost double than Kotak. So if I'm going to buy something, they are going to charge almost 0.20%. So again, interest rate is will further increase my cost. Stocks, they have 1000. The biggest problem which I face, they have 365 days rule. That means that within 365 days, you have to close your MTF position. So you have to bring money, close your position, then again create a position. This is a stupid rule, but I don't know why they have. Account fees they are not charging, which is very good. You are saving almost 1500 rupees every year. Pledging charges 25 plus GST. I think it is not a problem. Interest on debit also is very less, 10.95%, and other charges are also like similar. So I don't have any problem with the charges, except one thing, they have 365 days flipping rule, which is a problem for me because I'm a long-term investor. And second most important part for me is, these are a new broker. Should I trust my money with a new broker, right? Should I really put my money? Because yeah, all the time my stocks and money somewhere is going through the broker's account, and these are like not very known broker. So I have little bit of concern going with this broker. This all leaves me only with two options. Like for my case, I already have my portfolio more than 25 lakhs, so I'm getting an interest rate of 9.99%. Apart from this 9.99% or 15%, which recently mStock has increased, I don't have any complaints so far with mStock. And if suppose you are thinking to invest more than 25 lakh rupees by taking more than 25 lakh rupees as a margin, I think still I will recommend mStock. But if you are thinking to invest less than 25 lakh, then I think you don't have much option. You have to go to Kotak and experience how they are charging you. So here is the conclusion. Let me conclude this. Who is the best broker out of these three? So if I say, according to me, If you have a plan to invest more than 25 lakh rupees or 30 lakh rupees, go with mStock. So far, I found their app, their calculation for interest, everything is perfect fine. This is my personal experience which I have checked, and I have basically, I am a CA, so I have a habit of checking, recalculating everything. So I calculated their interest rate, how they're charging. So it is all quite good, quite transparent. Only problem, if you want to invest less than 25 lakh rupees, now they are charging 15%, so I don't think it will make any sense for you, right? So this is one thing. So if your plan is less than 25 lakh, go with Kotak. If plan is more than 25 lakh, you can go with Kotak, you can go with mstock, depending on your experience, right? And if you have a plan like me, that in future I'm going to make a portfolio more than 5 crore with, so definitely for that, only one option, mstock. So I have a very simple plan that 1.5 crore somewhere I will bring and build a portfolio in MTF slowly, and I will take 4 to 5 crore, above 5 crore rupees of leverage or loan, MTF loan from mstock, and I will pay 7%. So that is my target. Over the period, I definitely going to increase. So friends, the video has become slightly longer, but hope you got very clear idea that whatever reason you don't have a lot of options nowadays in MTF, maybe in upcoming days when MTF become more popular, more brokers will come with better interest rate and all. So far, that's the option we have. Hardly I will say two options, and again, if you're just starting it, you have only one option. Only thing I will say that when you are starting with any company or any broker, initially you just check all their charges, calculate all their charges, so that they are not fooling you around some or other way. That's all in this video. If you have any other question about MTF, please let me know. I am C. Arun Tiwari signing off. Thank you. Have a nice day.